What is up, Zinger Nation? Welcome to the second ever episode of Moon or Bust. I'm your host, Logan Ross, and I am here today with co-host Brian Moir. What's up, Brian?
What's up, man?
And Ryan McNamara. What's good, Ryan?
What's up, guys?
How you guys feeling today?
Super excited.
Ready to get into these topics? We have some pretty good ones today. We're going to be talking about Ethereum, Yearn, EOS, Uniswap, and some other dexes like QuickSwap and how they're layer 2 scaling on Optimism. And then we are going to throw it to you guys. We want you to drop some tickers in the chat, and we're going to tell you, we're going to look at, pull it up on CoinMarketCap, check it out, and we're going to let you know if we think it's a moon or a bust. So get hyped for that. Get your tickers ready. And before we get into the first topic of the day, I'm going to need y'all to hit the like button for the second ever episode of Moon or Bust and get your comments ready. Get ready to be active as fuck in this comment section. And while you're down there, I need you to subscribe to Benzinga on YouTube right now.
Very nice.
All right. Without further ado, we're going to get into our first topic. Producer Rohan, thank you, sir. All right, so Ethereum is now handling more volume than Bitcoin as far as transactions. It hit a new all-time high this morning around 10:30 a.m. It's corrected a little bit since then, but we're feeling good about that. We're feeling good about Ethereum. How are you guys doing? What are you thinking?
We hit $500 billion this morning.
Wow.
I mean, it's hitting an all-time high like every single week. It's ridiculous. I'm super bullish on Ethereum. I think it's one of the better of the cryptocurrencies, even though gas price is really high. That's being fixed. It's going to get only better and better.
Yeah, we've all waited for the Ethereum tsunami, but my question is, how much longer can it go on? I mean, we're at $4,300, $4,200 now. It's been a good run. So how much farther do you guys think we can go?
I mean, I'm thinking 5,000, and then I think tops 10,000. And then it'll start to come back, and then the next leg up. I mean, there's no stopping it.
All right, guys, so let's get a 1 in the chat if you think ETH is going to 5K first. Let's get a 2 in the chat if you think ETH will hit 3K first. I want to see what you guys think. Did you underestimate the Ethereum tsunami, or is it going to keep going?
Someone just said, how will proof of stake affect ETH value? I think it's only going to make it go up. Yeah, because now gas isn't going to be $300 for, any transaction. You're going to have cents, kind of like the Binance Smart Chain, and
you got all ones.
And it's just gonna keep going because it's going to be more used, more utilized, more people can have it and use it. You don't have to have 4 Ethereum just to transact a small amount. I mean, it's going to make it go up quite a bit.
Yes, we have all ones and just 1, 2 in the chat from Venus Wireless. Venus, will you tell us why you think ETH is going to hit 3K before 5K? Because everyone else in Zinger Nation is very bullish. So I'm curious to hear what you got to say. Yeah, so I have a couple other cool things about ETH. If I could get my screen up there real quick, I want to show you guys this tweet from Raoul Paul. I need to zoom in here. It's not working. Here we go. Okay. So Raoul Paul is very influential in the crypto space, in the ETH space. And he tweeted out a couple days ago, that's way too much zoom. He says, not sure, but every single investor I have spoken to is shifting allocation to ETH over Bitcoin. All of our mutual friends and billionaire finance circle. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Ethereum has a chance to flip Bitcoin's market cap during this market cycle? Maybe potentially this year or early in 2022. I want to hear your guys' thoughts, Brian and Ryan. I want a 1 in the chat if you think ETH can do it, and a 2 if you think Bitcoin will stay the king.
Do you mean that it's going to surpass Bitcoin?
I think yes. A 1 if you think Ethereum's market cap will surpass Bitcoin's at some point this market cycle.
Can we pull it up on CoinMarketCap?
Yes, we can. So right now, Ethereum is trading around a $482 billion market cap. And Bitcoin is just over $1 trillion. So we're halfway there. We got a couple 2s in the chat so far. Not so optimistic on the flipping happening this year.
Yeah, I don't think that Ethereum's gonna surpass Bitcoin because Bitcoin has 10, 12 years, or probably not that much, but like a good amount of time ahead of Ethereum. So their whole supply and burn and halving has already it's closer to being done. And Ethereum, I don't think will ever be done. But I don't think that Ethereum can ever surpass Bitcoin. I think it can get close. I think it'll always be number 2, but I don't think it's going to ever surpass Bitcoin.
Ryan, what do you think?
I think it definitely has the potential to surpass Bitcoin in the long run. I'm just not sure if it can surpass Bitcoin this market cycle. I think it'll be interesting to see what EIP 1559 does for Ethereum's price. That'll, if for those of you who don't know, that'll start burning Ethereum. So it'll actually become a deflationary currency, which is actually very important for Ethereum. So there is a possibility it could flip this market cycle. I mean, if Bitcoin stayed at the same price, we'd need about an $8,000 Ethereum for that to happen. And I don't think we'll see an $8,000 Ethereum unless Bitcoin moves up, but it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, so while we're on the topic of EIP 1559, I think it'd be helpful for our audience to just like go over the basics of it. So what's going to happen is instead of Ethereum being given to the miners for every transaction, every block, it will go to a tip-based program only. So if you want your transaction to go through faster, you can tip, but if you don't care, then you just submit it, and there will be like a constant fee that will get burned every single time. So this will lead to the total supply of ETH hopefully going down over time, making it a deflationary currency. This could be huge for the price and huge for the future. This is a controversial upgrade, though, as obviously the miners will be losing some money. So their support is going to be crucial to get this passed in the coming months.
The one thing I wanted to mention on the whole switching the protocol, it is going to be so much better for the environment. And that's a long-term sustainability thing, because Bitcoin is terrible for the environment. I mean, just absolutely awful. And it's Litecoin was supposed to help that. Ethereum's going to help that. But I think that that'll get even more utilization. And, it just is a better for everyone. I think that's a huge selling point too on it.
Yep. And we have some questions in the chat. How much gets burned when it switches? I'm not positive on the exact number, but I know it's a constant fee every time. And then another one from Todd Duff. When is this supposed to happen? I believe it's going to happen around June or July. Ryan, do you know a better idea of the date? July. Yeah, that sounds right.
I can pull it up and I can come back to it. But
yeah, for sure. Okay. Any other comments on Ethereum before we move to our next topic? All right, then. Without further ado, Yearn.Finance has been making some crazy moves lately. It is up. In fact, let me see here. Ryan, do you know how much it's up?
I think 40%.
40%
around 40%.
today.
I think its peak was $96,000 per coin.
That is crazy. So Ryan, can you talk to us? What is Yearn.Finance all about?
So Yearn.Finance is a DeFi protocol. It's built on Ethereum, and they recently released woofy, which is a new token, which is equal to, you get 1 million woofy tokens for every 1 Yearn token you have, and you can exchange it. It's basically pegged to the value. And why they did this is they wanted to run an experiment on unit bias. So some investors who may not be as knowledgeable might base their investments off of the price per coin instead of the market cap. And truly what matters is the market cap, because that's the value of the company, right?
Right.
So with this, now that 1 Yearn is equal to 1 million woofy tokens, woofy token is under, I'm not sure the exact price of it, but I'm going to assume it's well under $1, which shot up the price of Yearn because people are buying woofy token because it's so cheap. And since it's interchangeable with Yearn, you can buy Yearn, get 1 million woofy tokens, and then sell the 1 million woofy tokens.
And do you know the ticker on woofy tokens?
I'm not sure. Look up woofy, it should come up.
How would you spell that?
Like that, yeah. Woofy, it's that one.
All right, ticker WOOFY.
So woofy and Yearn are actually basically the same token because they're interchangeable. So they do the exact same thing, and you can have either one. And it's essentially just the experiment of unit bias on investors.
Interesting. So wait, could you explain what unit bias is?
Yeah, so as I was saying, unit bias is essentially just investors are driven to cheaper prices in the market. So you see Dogecoin is at 50 cents, and some investors, like on TikTok, you'll see, oh, Dogecoin's going to be the same price as Ethereum. No, that's not going to happen. It's never going to reach the price of Ethereum. And that's because Dogecoin has billions and billions of tokens out. I think Ethereum has around 150 million.
Yeah.
So it's all about market cap. Dogecoin's market cap, I think, is around $50-60 billion already. So for it to go up to even $1 would have to be $120 billion. For it to go up to $10, that would just be insane. That'd be whatever that is.
Over Bitcoin's market cap. That'd be a trillion,
over
right?
Bitcoin's market cap. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably not happening anytime soon. But this is some interesting stuff going on with Yearn.Finance and their woofy token. Thanks for filling us in on that one. Another one that's been moving big time is EOS. Brian, could you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so EOS, the company Block One launched a subsidiary called Bullish Global, and they got a $10 billion funding backed by Peter Thiel and Mike Novogratz. And both of those people are pretty huge in the venture capital world and blockchain investment. And that really just kind of blew it up. They are going to build their own exchange and do lending, portfolio management, the typical, exchange stuff. But the people backing it is really what kind of gave it that drive.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know out there, Peter Thiel is one of the co-founders of PayPal with Elon Musk. And it looks like this is when that investment must have been announced, because it just took off straight to the moon.
Yep. They and whenever that happened too, they put in like 9 billion in Bitcoin and 200 million in EOS. It's just this is pretty big for the EOS IO public blockchain and Block One and just that whole ecosystem. I personally use EOS a lot to move crypto around because it's 0.01 fee. It's really easy, really fast, super user-friendly, accepted pretty much everywhere. Any exchange will have EOS.
And that's because it's proof of stake, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have an interesting comment here in the chat. It says, look at Twitter because Vitalik is selling all of his dog coins that he was sent for ETH. So if you guys aren't familiar, the dog coin craze that's been going on, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, you know the deal. Half of them, like a lot of these coins have been donating or like burning half of their circulating supply and just sending it to Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum. They're sending it to his wallet address, adding $8 billion to his net worth effectively overnight or instantly, right? And so if this comment is true, what HD 5000 is saying, this could be a major rug pull for the doggy coins. But we do not have any confirmation that this is true yet. So
I have trouble believing Vitalik would sell all of his doggy coins.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think there's a liquidity for it.
About money. I don't think he cares about money. He has thousands of Ethereum.
Yep.
I mean, it would only hurt the Ethereum community if he did some rug pulls, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you could get us a link to that tweet, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
All right, guys. So we just finished Ethereum, Yearn, and EOS. I think we could get a couple likes for that. So if you haven't yet, go down, drop a like, drop a comment. Let's get this activity going, and make sure you subscribe to Benzinga's YouTube channel while you're down there. Next up on the docket, we have the battle of the decentralized exchanges, the DEXs. So some interesting news came out this morning from Vitalik Buterin. He created a post on Uniswap's forum, and he thinks that Uni should become an Oracle token. So I'm going to pull up this post right here made by Vitalik Buterin. And yes, here we go. Thank you. Okay, so the gist of this is, for those of you who don't know, Uniswap is a decentralized exchange. So just like you can swap like USD for Canadian at an exchange, you can swap between cryptocurrencies that are based on the Ethereum platform on Uniswap, and it's all decentralized, right? So it's all anonymous. Vitalik thinks that these stablecoin trading pairs like ETH to USDC have a potential flaw in them due to the centralization of these stablecoins. So an oracle is something that can connect blockchain data and smart contract data with the real world. So in this case, the real world would be the actual US dollar. So Vitalik thinks that Uni should become an oracle to collect real world data on the actual US dollar to create an ETH USD pair. And this would go around the centralization of these USDC and other like Tether stable coins. These pairs, and when Vitalik speaks, people listen. What's your take on this?
It's definitely interesting. I think Uniswap is positioned well, being that they're such a high market cap coin, one of the biggest on Ethereum's network.
I think that it's kind of hearsay too, because you're just looking at the contract addresses, like whatever that tweet is. Are we talking about that, or we've already moved on?
We're talking about
we're
talking about Uniswap.
Okay.
And Vitalik's
Sorry, I saw
post.
you pulled up the other thing, so I didn't know which one. Yeah, we'll just move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a post on Uniswap's community, and since it's from Vitalik, like Logan said, people are listening. And what's so cool about Uniswap is since it's decentralized and it's a governance token, people can vote on where Uniswap goes. So it doesn't have to stay just a decentralized exchange. It can turn into an oracle if people want it to. It can do whatever the token holders want because they're able to vote on the upgrades to the protocol.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what you said, whenever he speaks, people listen, and he's got a lot of pull. And I think that he has, blockchain technology as a whole, he wants it to do well. So I don't think that it's anything wrong that he's doing or trying to gain anything out of it. I think he's just doing it because he thinks it's for the best, or saying what he wants because it's for the best.
Yeah, I think this could be a good.
Uniswap will become an oracle in the future.
Yeah,
I think it would be cool.
Let's get a 1 in the chat if you think this is a good idea for Uniswap, and a 2 if not, and a 3 if you don't know what the heck is going on, because I sure don't.
I'm a little lost as well, but maybe Ryan, you can go into like what, more depth of what does that mean? Like, what does it becoming an oracle mean for the future? I'm not really up to speed on it.
So it seems like one of the biggest concerns Vitalik has, which Logan touched on, is USDC and USDT. These stable coins are controlled by central entities, so you have to deposit $1 in. There's reserves, but there's some level of trust you have to buy stable coins from these places, and you don't always know if they're being audited or if it's really backed by $1 or not. So truly, the safest way to do it would be how Vitalik says, with an oracle to the real world, to actually get the true $1 US dollar on the exchange.
And this would turn it into a more centralized instead of decentralized. Is that?
No, it'd actually be more decentralized.
Okay.
We'd be getting rid of the centralization, point of attack that exists from these stablecoin companies, and just pulling from a decentralized oracle the actual USD value.
We could probably in another show go into Tether as a whole, because there's been a lot of controversy in Tether about everything that's it's everywhere. Everyone has USDT, and it's really, really needed. If you don't have it, you won't do well as an exchange. So we could probably cover a lot more detail on that in another episode.
Yeah, and so speaking of these decentralized exchanges, Uniswap in particular. Oh, I don't know why.
Sorry, that was me. I found that tweet, so I wanted to pull it up, but I can put yours on.
Oh, I see. Okay. So here we have a really useful tool called EtherScan. This scans the Ethereum blockchain, and it's a centralized platform, but they provide a really useful tool, and they have a gas tracking platform. So if you want to find out when the cheapest time to access the Ethereum blockchain is, you should check this out. Right now, if you want to transfer an ERC20 token between wallets, it's going to cost you around $130 to get that transaction through pretty quickly. If you want to swap between currencies on Uniswap, it's going to cost you almost $400. And if you want to become a liquidity provider on Uniswap, it's going to be about $350. So let's just check this out. In the last 24 hours, there have been $32 million of Ethereum gas fees just spent on Uniswap v2. If you include Uniswap v3, there's an extra $4 million. So $36 million has been spent in Ethereum gas fees just working on this centralized exchange. And, you know, guys, it's getting a little bit out of hand, but I'm not sure if it's as bad as the altcoin killers like Cardano and Polkadot were really hoping for.
So Logan, what's causing these fees to be so high? Why are people spending so much money to swap on Uniswap?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Ryan. And a lot of people see these high fees and they say, oh, Ethereum's dead. No, it's not. They wouldn't be this high if there wasn't this much demand.
It's the complete opposite.
These prices are determined by the market. If there wasn't demand, there wouldn't be high gas prices. So people want access to Ethereum's blockchain. That is so clear in these gas prices. And that's why they're so high. And it shows, I think it says a lot about Ethereum as a product and as a blockchain and their level of decentralization that Vitalik pushes over a lot of its other competitors.
It hasn't always been this way.
Yeah, and the price of Ethereum doesn't exactly correlate to the cost of gas either. It's all about network bandwidth. Now, it does correlate in the sense of you're paying in Ether, but it's not going to be higher just because Ethereum's going up. It's because there's more traffic, and there's more traffic because it's being well used. And there's different swaps to use, not necessarily ERC20, but on the Binance Smart Chain, you're talking cents instead of dollars. There are some swaps and decentralized exchanges that are made for, cheaper gas.
Yep. And we're going to talk about one of those today, actually. So that is the perfect transition, Brian. Thank you. So this is QuickSwap. Let me pull up my screen here. This is QuickSwap. This is a fork of Uniswap. So it provides basically the same services. You can switch between one cryptocurrency to another, except this time you won't have to pay the crazy gas fees because this is not on Ethereum's layer 1 blockchain. It's actually on a layer 2 solution called Polygon. So really quick, layer 2 scoops up a bunch of transactions off of the main Ethereum layer 1 chain into a roll-up is what they're calling it. And it handles them on a different computing platform for a fraction of the cost where there's not so much demand and there's a lot more scalability. And so at the same time, you can have this scaling with still rooting the roll-up in the security of the layer 1 Ethereum chain. This is huge for Ethereum, huge for scaling. And this is really what's going to be necessary to bring DeFi to the world and to make the world bankless. So QuickSwap is working on Polygon. It's one of the first effective layer 2 decentralized exchanges. And you can't get your hands on all of the Ethereum-based coins like you can on Uniswap. For example, you can't get Shiba Inu. Sorry, guys. But you can get your hands on these tokens here. So what do you guys think about layer 2 scaling and Polygon versus like other competitors like Optimism?
I think it's solving a real world problem. It's helping some of these coins be a lot more accessible, easier to use. Now the con of it is some of them won't have as much liquidity. So you're not going to be able to always swap or exchange tokens if there's a rise in price or a plummet. But you got to weigh your options.
Yep. Exactly.
One thing 1inch does is they will use arbitration, and so if you're trying to swap, it'll show you the very best place to swap it with the cheapest gas fees or the best route, kind of like Pancake Swap, or any swap will do the best route, but 1inch actually goes to different exchanges. So you can kind of pick and choose which one you want, and it'll tell you, how much you're going to have to pay, and always pick the best price, but it gives you options.
Interesting. That's a really useful tool.
Brian, do you know if 1inch has any layer 2 solutions implemented on its platform yet?
I believe so. They just launched something, so I believe so. I'll have to look at it. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a really interesting tool.
And also, for those of you who don't know, Uniswap's actually planning on adding a layer 2 solution to their network in about a month called Optimism.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge for the platform long term. So something like Uniswap has introduced V3 lately, which has concentrated liquidity. I don't know if we can get into that on this episode, but when that scales, I mean, it's going to end the competition. Like QuickSwap will have no more use case, right?
That's true. But I was saying yes to layer 2 on 1inch. They do have an implementation.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Is it with Polygon or is it with Optimism? Do you know?
I do not.
Yeah, that's totally okay. There's a bunch of layer 2 competitors that are trying to scale Ethereum right now. It's pretty cool. It's an interesting space to be in.
I know Vitalik's a huge supporter of layer 2 solutions. He's very vocal about it on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's super helpful too. The whole Ethereum, just their website, if you go on and you don't know anything about blockchain technology or developing, or, you're very novice to the whole space, you can go on ethereum.org and there's billions of tutorials. There is a lot of help. The community is very, knowledgeable and willing to help anyone and everyone. And it's very welcoming, and it's so cool how they will, if you have a problem, they'll help you find a solution to it. It's a pretty cool whole world that he's built.
Yes, it is. And before we get to our next topic, internet computer, I just want everybody to know that all of the coins we've talked about so far, you can find out how to buy them in the description below. We have articles to everything, and you can get connected, find the easiest way to get your hands on these coins that we're talking about. And while you're down there, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. All right, next up, Ryan, we have internet computer. Will you tell us about the internet computer?
Sure. So Internet Computer is a very interesting cryptocurrency. It just released to the public a couple days ago, I think on May 10th. Yeah, on May 10th. And Coinbase listed it and Binance listed it. So you can get it on either of those exchanges. As soon as it was listed, it shot up to like $700, which was just insane. Right now, it's chilling at about just under $300. But it's ranked number 9. So it's the 9th most valuable cryptocurrency by market cap. And it was just publicly released a couple days ago. And in my opinion, it's for a good reason. It's made by Definity.org, which is a very big organization based in Switzerland. They have over 180 team members, from early investors in Ethereum to several PhDs in cryptography. And there's just a lot of promising team members on the team. So basically what they're doing is they want a cryptocurrency with an unbounded capacity. So they support smart contracts in a similar way to Ethereum, and EOS and a couple other chains out there like Polkadot. But where they differ is there's an unbounded capacity. So it's basically running at internet speeds within milliseconds. And they can do this by a bunch of different innovation that they've been working on for like 5 years. So this is a new cryptocurrency because it was just released to the public, but it's been in the works for 5 years now, since 2016. So it's very big news.
Yeah, that is huge. And if you want to find out how to get your hands on that, your boy Ryan McNamara has written a great article where you can find out everything you need to know.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome platform. I just saw it on Coinbase, and it's pretty cool how they have everything set up and what you do with it. The coin's a little expensive, but there's reason for it.
Yeah, most definitely.
I think it's really interesting, the competition in the crypto space right now, because you have these layer 2 scaling solutions, which work directly with Ethereum to scale Ethereum's blockchain. And then you have these other competitors who say, we don't want to use Ethereum at all. We don't care about scaling it. We're going to just make our own cryptocurrency with our own blockchain that's so much better. So much better. It's debatable. Ethereum's a lot more decentralized than Internet Computer. So there's obviously pros and cons to what you're investing in. And also Ethereum has a very robust network of decentralized exchanges, decentralized insurance protocols, lending platforms, which is probably the strongest benefit to Ethereum is their ecosystem. You go to Polkadot, you go to Internet Computer, while they may have a couple things on there, they have nowhere near as many different platforms as Ethereum does.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. The whole community is so broad and it very helpful. And I mean, you're right. There are other protocols and other actual blockchains that, you know, the fees will be cheaper or it'll be faster, and you know, there's pros and cons to each. But there's nothing that beats Ethereum's, you know, wide reach and helpfulness and ease of use. I mean, you can make an ERC20 token like nothing and get it implemented super quickly, and it's secure, it's safe, it's easy to handle and move and scale. I mean, it's total win. I mean, you can't really beat Ethereum, but you can compete.
So to clarify, if you guys aren't sure what an ERC20 token is, it's just a fungible token on Ethereum's network. So things like Uniswap, there's a lot of other ones, but they're basically just fungible tokens. And what fungible means is you can exchange it for one another. So that's ERC20. There's also ERC721 and a lot of other types of tokens. The main two, though, are ERC20, which are fungible, and ERC721, which are non-fungible, which are your NFTs.
And one thing to add to that, the ERC20, most all exchanges use ERC20 tokens. So I'm just saying this because we talk about some that are on the Binance Smart Chain, like SafeMoon, but you cannot trade an ERC20 token for a BEP, Binance Smart Chain 20 token. You have to swap it. I guess you can, but you have to swap it a certain way. You can't send a ERC20 token to a Binance Smart Chain wallet. It'll get lost. So we'll go into that in another episode, but just something to keep in mind that most all exchanges use ERC20 tokens.
Yep, for sure. All right. I think it is time for our first ever Moon or Bust community chat. So everybody get hype, drop a like, drop a comment with your ticker, your crypto that you want to know about. Give us your altcoins, your Bitcoin, your shitcoins, and we're going to tell you, we're going to pull them up on stream on CoinMarketCap. The three of us are going to review them for you, whatever ticker you want, as long as it's on CoinMarketCap, and we're going to vote Moon or Bust.
The first one, of course, is Shiba.
Did not see that one coming.
Check it out. Logan, can you pull it up on CoinMarketCap?
I got you.
Sweet.
All right. We are going Shiba. First one of the day. Ryan, the Shiba expert.
Shiba.
You got for us.
Well, it's at 0.00002 cents. So obviously it's going to go up to $1. I mean,
$1 soon, baby.
Right? So the price isn't what matters, guys. You should know that by now. It's the market cap that matters. So
circulating supply and
$7.9 billion. That seems fair for a meme token, right? $8 billion. Yeah, guys, I don't know. It's very risky. Obviously, it's all speculation at this point. I do honestly like Shiba more than Doge just because it is an ERC20 and it is trying to do more than just what Doge is doing, which is Doge is just basically a currency like any other cryptocurrency. But Shiba is doing a lot of things differently. They're making their own decentralized exchange. They want to make an artist incubator for NFTs. So while it is a meme token because it is based around a dog, like it is partly just because of publicity and they are trying to do some things. But who's to say whether the price is justified or not? Like it could 10x, it could go down to 0. I'll go with Moon for this one, though. I think it's more promising than Doge. I think the doggy trend is not over yet, so I'm going with Moon.
Brian, what's your take?
I think that it is a Moon too. I say that with hesitation in the sense that pure speculation. We don't really know. They have promise. They have a good marketing team. They have a good, page that shows what they want to do. I do think they're much farther ahead than SafeMoon. Although we can talk about SafeMoon in a second. I do think they're farther ahead, but it's still speculation. It's still risky, but I think that, it's got a lot of room to go.
All right. And now that we have 2 out of 3 Moon votes for Shiba, I'm going to have to be the one who brings up the technicals and says there's no point to this currency really. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say a bust. But overall, Shiba's going to the moon.
Woo!
And
we'll
it'll be really interesting
next week
too. It'll be so interesting to see when Bone token comes out. So for those of you who don't know, Bone is another cryptocurrency coming out by Shiba Inu, and it's supposed to be the Dogecoin killer. we'll see if that actually happens. But if Bone does become valuable and people can start earning high interest rates by digging for bones on Shiba Inu's platform, then it could very well keep going up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has some space to keep going. I don't think it's going to do anything close to what Dodge did. I don't think it's going to even, cross, really probably not even cross 10 cents. I mean, that's a huge stretch. Yeah. But we're talking about from where it is to where it can go.
And if you want to go, Logan, could you pull up CoinMarketCap again with Shiba?
Yeah, with Shiba.
So it's at an $8 billion market cap right now. So to put that in perspective, for it to 10x to get to 0.0002, it would have to be an $80 billion market cap. So for it to get to 0.0002,
which
it'll
would make
have
it
to be
worth more than Doge.
It'll be just under Binance. Be the fourth largest crypto if it were to 10x from here.
That's not
I really
happening.
wouldn't expect that. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to 10x from here.
But we're saying that it has room to go from where it is. It's not going to fall back down to zero because there's a lot of hype behind it.
Yep, I'm with you on
Same
that
with
one.
SafeMoon. I'm going to just say everything that I said with Shiba and apply it to SafeMoon.
Yep.
But it's not going to go crazy big. It's not going to go to $1. It's not going to go to a cent. But it has some space to run because it has hype. That being said, I don't know when it will, and I don't know how far it will. And I think it has a higher chance of falling back than going like Shiba.
Yep. All right. That was our first ever Moon or Bust. Can we get a like for that, please? Thank you. Next up, ARR. Okay, okay. We got Pirate Chain next up. But you guys know anything about this? I don't.
I know a little bit about it.
Rank 211, market cap of $1.5 billion, circulating supply of 181 million coins. That's pretty low compared to some of these other shit coins. And we got 6 million of volume. Anyone know any technicals about this? Anyone know what they're doing?
It's a true privacy coin. It kind of like XMR, where no matter what, you can't see where transactions are coming. It's totally anonymous and private. So that's looks like that's kind of what it's got going on. You can integrate it with e-commerce. It's ready to use out of the box, future proof.
Interesting. So it's got some actual use case, and the technicals don't look too bad, honestly.
No, something that seems like a red flag to me is the $6 million in volume. It seems kind of low for $1.5 billion in market cap, especially with the price rising so much as of late.
Yep.
So that might just be something to watch out for on this one.
Yep.
That would be a good sign of a developer or someone on the team or one person, some sort of whale that has a bunch of them and transacted a little bit. Just kind of a rug warning in a sense.
Yeah.
So where can we get Pirate Chain?
Almost nowhere. There's not too many places you can get it. You can get it on TradeOgre, CoinEx, and GraviX. And
probably get it. Let me see if it's on their website where you can get. I bet you can get it like on one of the dexes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a coin like this wouldn't be available on Uniswap or 1inch because it's not an ERC20. But I'm not sure if this CoinEx or this TradeOgre, if they're dexes or not. There's also insanely high slippage. Did you see that? Or arbitrage opportunities. The prices on these different exchanges is insane. $9.50 here, $7 there, $8.22.
But there's only $14 of volume at the $9.50 level. So
right, yeah. But still, from $7 to $8, that's a big percent gain for someone who wants to do some arbitrage.
Yeah, this one might be one to look for during the bear market if they still are doing anything. So for now, I'm going to give this one a short-term bust.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think that it has a really good use case. I don't like what we just pointed out with the small volume and high arbitration. So that just is kind of a red flag to me as well. unless they fix that and make it public. See if these companies, if these coins, if they have an issue, like SafeMoon had like over 50% of the liquidity tokens open in a developer wallet. They did not publicly announce that, and they didn't fix it until 2 days after it was said. That's a huge red flag to me. No matter if it's safe, no matter if they knew what they were doing, it's still a huge red flag because everything's about transparency in this space.
Yes, indeed it is. Okay. Wait, you guys have a Ryan? I think we still need the moon.
Yeah, I'll
bust.
give it another bust. All
right, 3 busts.
And simply because XMR is bigger and Pivx is bigger, there's a lot of bigger privacy coins out there.
But they're not going to beat XMR.
Are really important in cryptocurrencies.
They're definitely not going to beat XMR. Is up there with Litecoin and Dodge and being one of the OG kind of coins.
Yes. Okay, we have a lot of people asking for one of my least favorite coins, Ethereum Classic.
Logan, do you want to go through the history of Ethereum Classic so people know what's up?
Boy, do I. All right. Ethereum Classic came around in 2016 when the DAO was hacked and around 20 million Ethereum were stolen. The community decided to fork away from the stolen chain and return the currencies. And this new chain with the returned currencies has been known as Ethereum since 2016. And the dead chain with stolen currencies is known as, drumroll please, Ethereum Classic. It currently has no use case other than code is law. And they think that because Vitalik and the Ethereum community reverted the hacked change, that they broke the law. But I really don't see them stopping the momentum of Ethereum and Ethereum 2.0 anytime soon. Ethereum Classic does not have the proof of stake going for them. They do not have Ethereum 2.0 going for them. They do not have staking. They have, you know what? I don't even know what they have. Nothing.
You want to pull it up on CoinMarketCap so we can just see some of the different numbers here?
Yeah, here we go. So they have an $11 billion market cap. 8 billion of volume and 116 million circulating Ethereum Classic in supply. They've been popping off recently because dumb money has entered the space. I mean, because they have a good technical setup. And that's all I have to say on the matter.
I agree. It's running because Ethereum's running. It's a solid coin. And it's got... solid coin in the sense of it's there, it's got money in it, and it can rise. It definitely still has a community around it, not nearly as much as Ethereum. But I would say I give it a moon because as long as Ethereum goes up, just like any Dodge name coins with Dodge, or it's gonna go up with Ethereum.
Yep. I'm not saying that there isn't money to be made. That's not my argument at all. I think a lot of people are going to make a lot of money off this coin during this market cycle, and I'm not going to be one of them. Ryan, what's your take?
I'd give it a bust, Logan. I agree with you. The technicals aren't there. I think it does have potential to go up with Ethereum as it's done in the past, but I'm giving it a bust. I think it's way overvalued right now. It could go up. Who am I to say? But I'm not investing in it.
Look at this. Ethereum Classic's main aim is to preserve the Ethereum blockchain as it originally was. That does not sound like a multi-billion-dollar use case in my opinion. This is not financial advice, however.
No, I agree exactly with what you guys are saying. I just think after we've seen things with GameStop, with Doge coin, it doesn't really matter what it all means. All that matters is if Ethereum or Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum Classic will follow it. But there is not really a use case. There's one I wanted to, so a bunch of people have mentioned FEG token.
FEG token?
Yeah.
You want to go to that one next?
Yeah.
All right. After that, we're going to go to iExec RLC. FEG token.
So this one's kind of cool because you can buy it both on Uniswap and PancakeSwap.
Really?
And
how does that work?
It would make me think that they have a sort of either a wrap around the coin for the Binance Smart Chain, or vice versa for Uniswap. So I think that's really neat and that's smart. Oh, here it is. Yeah, wrap.
So the main idea behind FEG is to provide a decentralized transaction network which operates on the Ethereum blockchain. The path forward for FEG is determined by market fluctuations, but the model it runs on begs FEG to succeed. Now, this is actually a smaller cap crypto. It's the 2,512th biggest one, which is pretty small. So there's a lot of room to grow on this one. I'm liking what I'm seeing right here.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a ridiculous maximum
today.
Yeah, it's up a lot today.
100 quadrillion.
Yeah. But maximum total supply, it says, is 42.9 quadrillion right now. Mm-hmm. So I guess maybe half was sent to Vitalik, possibly. And some are being burned. I just saw, if you scroll down there, it's technically a deflationary currency, which is the same with SafeMoon. So, I mean, if you're looking to invest in something over the bull run that's deflationary, which will become more and more scarce as people sell out, it might not be a bad idea. And that's kind of why I'm bullish on SafeMoon as well. Mm-hmm. You'll be paying a 10% transaction fee, but half of it's getting burned. I mean, like I said last episode, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. It kind of is a pyramid scheme, but that doesn't mean you can't make money. I think SafeMoon could definitely still rise in value.
Yeah.
I'm giving this one a moon.
Yeah.
I'll give it a moon too. Super low market cap.
Moon it.
All right, FEG gets a moon. Next up, iExec.
I do not know this one.
I do not either. It has a pretty small market cap, though. A pretty reasonable circulating supply. And it's down 21% today.
Okay. And also, guys, if you're viewing these coins on CoinMarketCap, something important to look at, Logan, if you can scroll up, is the circulating supply versus the maximum supply. So, Logan, if you could scroll up on the screen, you can see there's 80 million circulating supply, and there's a maximum supply of 87 million. So that's a good sign. Most of the supply is already in circulation, so there's not much of a risk of inflation, as there are with other coins that say have a couple quadrillion coins out and their max supply is 100 quadrillion. So that's something I like to look at when I look at coins to get a feel for what inflation would be like.
This looks like it is a cloud computing blockchain. So you pay in iExec in order to get, or you get paid in iExec if you give your resources and vice versa. It does say it's the first one. I don't know if that's true, but because there are a couple more of these exact same things.
This has been trading since April of 2017.
So I would actually say it is true.
Yeah, and it has been breaking out recently. I'm going to give this one a moon. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think this is a huge space to be in. And I don't think that if you have multiple competitors, I don't think that matters in this in cloud computing, because with the blockchain, it could, that kind of stabilizes it, and it doesn't matter how many people are in the space. There always will be a need. Golem's another one, but I definitely see a lot of promise, and just the only thing that I'm seeing right here for the first time, I see a lot of promise for it.
Yeah, and
I'd give it a moon as well.
And it just got listed on Coinbase apparently, so that's another big bullish sign.
Recent price movements upwards.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah,
but I like these tokens that are around rank 100 or rank 200 because you're not in the abyss of cryptocurrency where nobody really knows about them.
Yeah,
like there's still some publicity there, and there's still potential for huge returns because the market cap's 640 million. A 10x from there is 6.4 billion. Probably rank it around the 50th largest. I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, we do not have a whole lot of time left today, unfortunately, guys, but I'm loving this engagement. I'm loving doing this, and we're going to be back for it next Monday. So if we didn't get to you today, I'm so sorry, but we will get to you eventually. You want to do one more, Brian?
Just one. Someone mentioned AquaGoat, and that was one that I previously was in, and I really like it. And just to say, I am definitely moon, but I think that it's gonna bust too. I got out when it mooned, so I am a happy camper. But that one's really cool, and we can do our own. We will do a full episode on DeFi tokens only, and talking about how they're launched, what they mean, and what they'll do. And we'll probably structure the next episode or the next one after just these DeFi only altcoins.
All right, that sounds like a good reason for you guys to come back next Monday. I believe it will be at 2 p.m. once again. But unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. So before we wrap up, I need you to go drop a like right now. Subscribe to Benzinga on YouTube. This is a brand new show. It's the second episode ever. Moon or Bust, your new favorite BZ show. I need you to blow up our Twitter saying Moon or Bust is the best, because I need a raise, okay? So please drop some comments, drop some tweets. We're going to get this thing to the moon, get our show to the moon, and we'll get your accounts to the moon. You hear us? All right. Drop a like, drop a sub. Brian, Ryan, what you got to say to him?
Come back next week. It'll be fun.
Come back next week. Maybe we'll talk about Cum Rocket. Who knows?
Maybe.
We're going to get demonetized.
We're already demonetized, Brian. Don't worry about it.
You'll have that.
Thank you, Jones. I love you too. Thank you, Solar. Thank you, Sky. We appreciate everyone in the chat today. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. Signing off.
I just wanted to hop on here real quick and say that the next show coming up very soon in 4 minutes is First Trade. So if you guys are interested in about learning how to, get into trading stocks, not crypto, although I'm a big crypto fan, then stick around. We have a pretty sweet guest, and he's going to teach you all about his trading strategy, as well as tell some pretty amazing stories from the .com bubble and working in the boiler room.
That sounds awesome. Make sure you guys go check that out.
We will have some awesome guests coming up on the schedule, by the way, some really, really cool people and huge companies. So stay tuned for it.
Just wait. All right, guys, go check out the other show. Go check out Benzinga. We love you all, Zinger Nation. Have a good one.